stay
The
in.
focus now, Greg, with the good portion of this regular season behind
Their
us.
team
And
consider
for the teams that are
they can
definitely
get a
in,
win.
they're trying to maintain momentum and health, right? But for the teams still clawing and fighting their way in, that's where it gets exciting.
And now Washington's starting group. Jordan Poole is out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Sarr. Then it's George. And it's Champagnie in at the small forward. Middleton outside. Outside, George. A three-pointer off the mark. All right, now let's find out what head coach Nick Nurse had to say to David Aldridge. David.
We got to talking about Jordan Poole and how you deal with a player like him. Coach smiled and said, we want to be as disruptive for him as possible. Anything we can do to prevent him from getting into a rhythm, we'll do it. Keeping Poole off balance is the plan here. Guys?
Thank you, David.
And you know, George is a tough cover. The length, the range, smooth athlete, very difficult to match up with.
Now, here's Poole. 9 points last game out. Here's Champagnie. Pass to George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That's a miss, his second after 2 shots. And the 76ers with possession. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
Yeah, on the road, you're already a little out of your element. Then the misses from the line become contagious.
And, you know, one of the things about missing free throws is not only are you not getting points yourself, but it allows the other team to maintain momentum or keep a rally going.
76ers moving the ball around. Oubre outside. And it's sent back by George. Here's the break. And stolen by Maxey.
George on George.
George with no one around. And some very quick points for him on that possession. And it's 6 points for Paul George. Here's Poole.
Not to make it
up and in on the layup.
Showing his strength inside. Poole muscles that one home.
The 76ers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And Drummond kicks to Oubre. It's George on the wing. He has 6. Pass to Drummond.
How they gonna make me go out?
Once Drummond gets the ball there,
not out of bounds.
You can kiss it goodbye.
Where's he going? Bro, run.
A slow start for Washington in this one. 4-point game. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
And you know what? If you're not going to outwork your opposition, then you typically are going to get outplayed.
GA, when it comes to the Wizards, they have a pretty spotty track record over the past decade.
Kevin, it's tough to get things right in the draft. Plus, they have just had poor lottery luck, only selecting higher than 8th once in the last decade. But they have passed on some superstar-level talent.
Here's Poole. Paul George making his last shot. He takes it in, deflects the pass. Stolen by Middleton. Pass to Poole. Sarr with
all that reaching ain't gonna work. Give me that.
And it's in
all
there.
that reaching ain't gonna
And
work.
once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. The Wizards shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
By Poole there, noticing the overcommitment and making the D pay.
And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. They trail by 1. And Drummond kicks to Maxey. George passes to Maxey. 6 to shoot.
Give me that. Man, get it boxed up.
Maxey against Poole.
Where are you going?
Maxey grabs the miss.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
This man just keeps trying to do it.
George against George. Pass to Drummond. Sweet move.
Bruh.
And Drummond throws it down.
Thrown down with force. Drummond with great feel around the rim. Now, usually he's one of the leading dunkers in the NBA because he doesn't waste any time or motion in there.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
George passes to Grimes. Outside, George. The 19-foot shot. Good as the jump shot falls. George has got 10.
Guys, this has been an incredible performance this quarter. I mean, he's getting the ball where he likes it and wants it and just going to work.
Got him.
Middleton lays it up off the glass. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Here's George, and that's going to do it, son. Good defense down the stretch to end the quarter. And at the end of one, both teams putting up. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Washington?
Everything working for them inside so far, guys. Tons of high-quality shots.
This man won't even
Knocking
turn
down
around.
inside.
And also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball with great
All the way.
precision so far and creating great looks for their teammates.
Kelly Oubre out there with Andre Drummond. Then there's Maxey. Then it's Paul George. And it's Grimes in at the 2 guard. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. And Paul gets it to
I'm
go.
up here.
They're getting on
I'm
a
up
roll
here. This
inside.
kid don't
Their
come
last
overnight,
3
bro.
field goals have
This
come
kid don't-
from the paint.
Greg, it's not the first skill you think about, but Jordan Poole is
Yeah, he's
unreal at
good.
the foul line.
I mean, led the league in 22 at 92.5%, beating out teammate Steph Curry by 0.2%. Poole's always been amongst the league leaders in attempts.
And Washington has possession after the miss from Andre Drummond. Here's Champagnie, defended by George. Champagnie passes to Poole. Goes up on the wing. Second chance shot. Pass to Song. The Wizards working the ball around now.
Bruh.
Here's Champagnie. Outside, George. And there's the shot
It's
clock
like when the
violation.
shot
Couldn't
clock
get the
go
shot off in
down,
time.
evil.
And now a chance to
Ain't
see
do
what's
nothing.
coming up for the Philadelphia
Like,
76ers.
God, bro. Why would this man
On
throw-
Wednesday,
this man
they'll
cut
tip
into
it
the
off.
goal.
Road trip beginning in Oklahoma City where they'll
This
take
man
on
cut
the
into the
Thunder.
goal. He
And
threw
then
it
on
across.
Friday, they'll be matching up with Chris Paul and the San Antonio Spurs.
And for that game against the Hawks, that's where you have got to bring your A game,
Yeah.
especially when you know you're going to be fighting an uphill battle all night long.
You really got to tag Middleton in transition so you have a chance to get in front of him. You know, his speed and athleticism, a lot to deal with if you aren't concentrating on getting back.
Now, here's Maxey. Nothing on the board.
Yeah.
George against Middleton. George, no good. Washington leading now by 7. And it's Paul George with the foul.
Yeah.
That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second foul of the first half. Not a big deal yet, but something to keep an eye on.
Here's Poole. An easy 2 points on the layup. Poole's got the lead up
This
to 9
skill
now
don't
for the
come
Wizards.
overnight.
Analytics or the eye test? The optics
Man,
or the
don't
numbers in
believe.
front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
This skill.
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
And now we've got some time to
Marcus
check
Smart.
in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, thanks. At this point in his career, Paul George says he's in bully mode. He said, every night I'm on the floor, I'm there to dominate. Whether it's being more physical or going right at whoever I got to go at, you're going to feel me. I'm having that approach every time. I'm there to destroy you. Love it?
Love it, though, DA. Got to admit it. Awful powerful. Thank you.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right. And
God,
that's
it's
severe
3 people.
punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scale.
These
And
niggas
that's
just
such
sitting
good
there.
work
Do
to
something.
make this a
Dribble, dribble.
one-possession game.
Nigga, get out my face, bro.
To get it all started.
Here's Carrington, covered by Oubre. And another miss by Washington. The 76ers trail by 3. To the middle, here's Drummond.
Bro,
A special move before the shot.
why when I
8
click on
points
him,
for
he
Drummond.
jumped?
You know,
This
this
man
is
had
where
all
you
day
want
to
to
do.
get Drummond the ball. The closer he is, the more effective he becomes.
Back to Smart from past the arc. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Drummond with it. Holmes covering. Shakes him. And there's the nice layup by Drummond. Drummond's got 10 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Washington has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Carrington, that's good.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs
Ball
in a
anybody.
row from long range.
We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the half.
This nigga stayed on.
Here's George. And contact on the shot, so he'll
Man,
be
he
shooting
probably
free throws.
got a steal.
I like the intensity that George plays with down inside. It's really what earns him a lot of these calls.
And he sinks the second.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change
Got
the
him.
momentum in the
Bro,
game.
they just, boy, this man
You also
freaking
slow
lucky
down
on
the
God.
opponent because
God,
the
this
game
man
isn't
lucky.
going up and down as much.
You know,
Not going to go that time.
God, this man
And
freaking
that'll
lucky,
do it for
bro.
the first half. A competitive
I
game so
freaking
far.
pop step,
Wizards
and they
lead
gonna
by
go
4.
on. What?
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot run. They're measuring up that shot.
What is everything?
Welcome, everybody. The Washington Wizards in our featured matchup, and what a competitive half it's been.
Well, they've been the more measured team, passing up good shots for great ones.
Yeah, they've been aggressive, but also disciplined. That's a sign of good coaching.
Okay, now we've got some time to take a look at the Eastern Conference standings as the postseason comes into view.
Well, right now for Washington, they haven't played their best ball. It's an understatement. Looking a little lost.
That'll do it for our show tonight.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And, you know, that's not a job they asked him to do very often, but in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his teammates.
So on the floor for Washington. Rashawn Holmes out there with Gill.
Yeah.
Then there's Kispert. Then it's Marcus
I was
Smart.
telling you, watch
And
this,
it's
buddy.
Carrington in at the shooting guard.
Better to be
I
lucky
said, watch this, brother,
than
man.
good. That pass was just
I tried to give you a
deflected
heads up.
and not stolen. Dodged the bullet there.
Bro, I be giving y'all this song.
Butler from outside. Connects from
I
three-point
be
range.
giving y'all.
And, you know, even though he's not a lights-out shooter from deep, the defense still has to be more aggressive there.
Butler against Smart. Here's Carrington. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. The shot by Butler, nobody around. No good off the front iron.
He has to make that one. I mean, you have to make the defense pay when they slough off of you like that.
Smart passes to Gill.
Bro, what?
Near the three-point line, it's Edwards.
God, bro. Every time I'm about to score, they get his man.
First points of the game.
Every single time I'm
It's
about
a
to score.
great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Oh, that's blocked. And they'll get another chance. Here's Holmes. Rebound by the 76ers.
And they're 1 of 4
Every
here
time I'm
to
about to
start the
score,
second
bro,
half.
something happens.
Here's Walker to the inside. Bona. That falls. Nice feed that
Every
time
single time
from
I'm
Walker.
about to score.
And the 76ers lead by 1. Out to the right wing. Now here's Kispert. Edwards defending. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Justin Edwards. It's his first trip to the line. First one falls for him. And it's a completely new group here for Philadelphia. Kispert hits both of them.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
Maxey kicks to George.
That Onyx hard.
Back to Maxey.
Bro, this man just elbowed.
Takes it inside. Here's Oubre. Back to Maxey.
He ain't even give me
Just
a
4 to
chance.
shoot. And the 76ers
They
take
ain't
on
even
2
give me a
more.
chance to even try to pick
Wow,
it up.
4 or 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
Special K, you've seen Tyrese Halliburton a lot. He's as good as anyone in this league offensively.
He ain't even give me a
What does he
chance
do
to pick it
best?
up.
I think his best basketball attribute is probably his passing, his vision, the way he can set other people up. But the intangible that makes him, he's a Pied Piper. He is a galvanizer. Guys love.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
At the line for Philadelphia. Two
The
shots.
action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And slam dunk by Maxey.
And great hustle from Maxey in the open court, getting there on the fast break.
Outside, George. Back to Middleton.
Bro.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tyrese Maxey. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was 1 step late that time.
And that's a block right there. He swats that ball away with some energy.
Quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
Like, come on, bro. This man is beat, bro. This nigga trash. I hate this nigga.
Here's George.
I genuinely hate this man, bro. This man is trash, bro. Like, it don't make no sense. I'm glad they got rid of him, man. These niggas suck.
Banging it
This
down.
nigga suck.
Violence of a
These
madman.
niggas suck.
Saw the pass to Champagnie. To the middle. Lee
Like,
pass
that
was
nigga
put in
trash.
just
This
the right
nigga
spot.
This nigga awful, bro.
Sars
This
got
man
6.
trash.
Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
Here's Drummond. Banked
No
in off the
block.
glass. Drummond's got the lead up to 5 now for the 76ers.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good
That
looks
is trash.
from in close.
This man
Here's
is
George.
beat.
Washington with the rebound.
You know, it hasn't been his best outing,
Yeah,
but they
man.
still find
Blue
themselves
beat.
in the driver's seat here.
And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Hey guys, the Wizards' #2 overall pick, Alex Sarr, wanted to be in Washington, D.C., and his defense gets him on the court right away. Not to mention the Wizards are in a rebuild, and if his offense comes along, he could be a foundational piece for this franchise. Everyone's excited to see the development of Alex Sarr.
You're right, a big piece. Okay, Shams, we appreciate the reporting. And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Wizards trail by 4. .23 seconds left in the third. Can't connect from short range.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Now George. 17 points in the game. Oubre, no one around him. No good on the triple. Middleton for 3. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. The third quarter comes to a close. Philadelphia ahead. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Coach Nick Nurse talked to his team. Now he wants his team to stop playing it safe. He said, we've got this lead by doing what we do, and we can keep it if we don't get too cautious. Play our game. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. The 76ers leading by 4. Paul George is out there with Kelly Oubre. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the 2-guard position. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Here's Maxey. It's hauled in by George. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Washington Wizards. It's off to Utah after this game where they'll face the Jazz. Poole, the pass to Champagnie. Off target from outside. And they are really racking up the assists in this one.
And their team chemistry is evident. These guys enjoy playing with one another.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
I love that mid-range shot. It's definitely giving the defenders something extra to think about.
The 76ers shooting has been outstanding in this game at 58%. Kicks it out to Maxey. Tries again with the drive. Grimes passes to Drummond. And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now.
Yeah. Bro, I'm dead. Bro, I'm dead. I knew they was finna give you the dunk too, bro.
At the top of the key,
I knew they was finna give you the dunk too, bro.
Second shot opportunity, and it's blocked. They retain possession. George finds Maxey. And another shot. And it's George missing.
And he's been
I knew they was finna give you the dunk, but they put this man for
it's been ugly.
He did a work.
For 3, Kispert. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Grimes, he gets it in there. Grimes has got the lead up to 8 now for the 76ers.
You can see how Maxey has developed as a facilitator. This coaching staff has a lot of trust in it.
Here's George. Philadelphia grabs the miss. Drummond's got the glass covered in tonight. 11 boards for him. The shot by George, no good.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over-anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Poole against Maxey. And, yep, finally dropped it, rolling around the rim. And the 76ers lead by 7.
This nigga here, bro. Oh my God, he for
a bit of a slowdown for them right now. Here's George, and it's good.
He for getting me a headache,
George has got 4 points this quarter. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the 76ers.
I feel like
I
I'm
like the
playing.
fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end, tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of steals.
And I'll tell you, the energy they've shown in the open floor, boy, it has been terrific. Doing a phenomenal job converting in those situations.
Good work in deep from George that time. He's far more than just a perimeter threat.
Poole the pass to Sarr. And Sarr throws it down.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little.
Like, what's he doing, bro? Why is he not down here?
Who knows, but there he is, and we see it very clearly.
Either that, guys, or he wanted the photographers to get a good shot of it.
Kispert kicks to Poole. .129 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And stolen by Drummond.
People be messing up everything.
Driving the lane.
Bro, this man gets 20 rebounds.
And Sarr pulls it down. Sarr's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Kispert, no good. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
George dishes to Drummond. And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He has decided it's the right time to talk. 55 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The rebound by Champagnie. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Hey, there's never a good time to slip up like that, but especially with the game still hanging in the balance.
And taking a technical there is the last thing you want to do. The opposite of smart basketball.
And that replay showed just how forceful that block was.
And that block might serve as a spark for this team. We'll see if it can.
Bro, and then this nigga shot the free throw and they ain't even let me look, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Here's Poole. George with the screen on Maxey. Poole with no one around. It's good. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And you can sense Poole lives for the moment, hitting big shots with the game on the line.
Outside, Maxey on the wing, George. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
What the fuck?
And he wills that one.
Get out of here.
Sinking right through off the back iron. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And we've got David Aldridge standing by on our sideline with the player of the game. David, it's all yours.
Hey, Kevin, thanks very much. Well, you guys dialed up the defense in this one. What were some of the adjustments you made?
Well, we're starting to pressure up. You know, we're starting to use our hands. You know, a team like that, you can't let them be comfortable. And we're doing a great job of just, you know, taking away their airspace.
Well, the defensive fundamentals got you through this one tonight, man. Congratulations. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you for that, David. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us.
Bro, you say anything, bro. Bro, you burns. I ain't gonna lie.